Hello, welcome. Yoga Cave. I'm going to do some breath centering. So I invite you to start with finding a comfortable seated position. Spine is tall, buoyant. Try to relax the rest of the body around the spine. Imagine that spine just floating with your skull at the top like a balloon, like a helium balloon. And with your legs comfortably folded in Sukhasana or Virasana, if you prefer, which is with your knees folded underneath, sitting up on your knees, otherwise known as hero's pose. And then just try to settle in and relax. Maybe close your eyes, take some breaths, reflect on why we come to yoga, maybe to possibly feel better. If you see a little visitor in front of the camera, that is Ophelia. She is coming to inspect and make sure everything is okay for this breath centering practice. She enjoys yoga as well. All right, sit down. Get comfortable, Ophelia. If it's more comfortable, you can put a block or a bolster under your seat to elevate you a little bit, and it helps give you an anterior tilt to your hips, tilt you a little bit forward. For some people, it relieves a little bit of low back strain. So if you'd like to, you can sit on a pillow or a block or something. And explore the best possibility for sitting like this, whether you like to sit on a cushion. It's all about being comfortable, because we want to try to maintain this for at least for a few minutes, if not an extended period of time. And just kind of visualize as you're breathing, visualize your head being buoyant, like I said, gently being lifted upward, especially while you're inhaling. Maybe imagine that extension on the inhale, and then relax the rest of the body around the spine on the exhale. Your next inhale, imagine that air going all the way to the bottom of the lungs and the thoracic cavity. And then as you exhale, visualize it coming back out. Do this mainly through the nose, unless you're having nasal issues, sinus issues, then you can breathe through the mouth. I invite you to maybe set an intention for this practice, even a breath centering practice. The Sankalpa helps us with motivating and keeping focused. Like at the beginning, I said we're here to feel better. That's why I come to do yoga. That and to quiet the chatter, the mind chatter. Follow the breath. Keep following the breath. Slowly inhale. Maybe match the length of the exhale with the inhale. Vice versa. Maybe like 4 seconds, 3 to 4 seconds. If you can extend your exhale a little bit longer, maybe a second longer than your inhale, that'll trigger your parasympathetic system and relax, kind of make you relax a little bit, let you relax a little bit more, and become more centered, more breath centered. That's what it's about, focusing on your breath. It brings us back to the present instead of being somewhere in the future, somewhere in the past in our mind. It really doesn't do us any good. Try to be as present and as aware as possible. And rest that awareness on your breath. For all the complicated instructions in meditation, that is the focus, just to rest your awareness gently on your breath. And when your mind wanders, as it tends to do, I'm sure, because you're a human being with a brain, it will wander, it will think. That is its job. So when it does that, just gently remind to come back. Just come back to that awareness of the breath. Just maybe counting to help focus. You don't need to count, but it's just another tool. Just continue with this breath. And every time the mind wanders, bring it back gently. I know that when I started to do any sort of mindfulness practice, I would feel like I wasn't doing it correctly. And I would admonish myself, internally. And then one time I was watching a meditation teacher, and he just reminded us to be gentle with ourselves. And it's like a light bulb turned on in my head. All of a sudden I realized I don't need to be so harsh with myself. I can be very nice and gentle, and I respond a lot better to that. And I therefore try to be as lighthearted about it as possible, especially internally when I find my mind wandering. I just try to be as gentle as I can and bring it back. Try to visualize that small child inside that we all started out as. As you're inhaling, you can visualize some prana, which is the life force, which is fueled by that breath. You can visualize that infusing your cells throughout your whole body, your whole being. Maybe on the next exhale, you can open your eyes. I appreciate you participating with me, and namaste.